What if you could buy a part of $1 billion company, force the CEO to change the business, and walk away with billions? This isn't a movie. This is the real story of Carl Icahn, one of the most feared investors in America. And the strategy he used can completely change how you think about money, power, and business. Welcome to Empire Economics. Carl Icahn wasn't born into wealth. He grew up in Far Rockaway, New York. No connections, no family fortune. And after college and a short time in medical school, he realized something. The biggest fortunes weren't made being doctors. They were made being on Wall Street. So he became a stockbroker. And this is where everything began. While working on Wall Street, Icahn noticed something most people never see. Public companies are often poorly run. Bad leadership, wasteful spending, inefficient strategies. And when companies are run badly, their stock become undervalued. Icahn realized this meant opportunity, not to build companies, but to fix them. In the 1980s, Icahn became famous as a corporate raider. His strategy was simple but powerful. 1, buy a large stake in a struggling company.
He is the largest shareholder in Texaco, holding 17.3% of Texaco's outstanding stock, and also the largest shareholder in U.S. Steel, with something in excess of 11% of its outstanding security.
2, pressure leadership to make changes. 3, increase the company's value. And 4, sell for massive profit.
Part of my values is to make money, and I can't change my values. I mean, some people love art, so, love to paint. There's a great painter who loves to paint.
This strategy made CEOs nervous.
In-House magazine ran a story called Who's Afraid of Carl Icahn?
Icahn is the most worthy adversary I think I've ever faced. The man's business is taking over companies. He works very, very hard at it, and he's very, very good at it.
A number of stories I've heard from bankers, from lawyers, from people he's transacted with where he's done similar kinds of things to take advantage of someone. Well, the fortunate thing in life is I told Carl I would go to the end of the earth to make sure he paid my investors. This is not an honest guy, and this is not a guy who keeps his word, and this is a guy who takes advantage of little people. That's what he is.
No one's bullying you, Carl. I mean, I'm just, you're the one who called in to our show to talk to Bill Ackman.
Listen to me. I was called in by Max Meyer to have a conversation, not to argue with you. Listening, let me talk. I want to say what I want to say.
That's all, but you can make your statement.
What you want to know. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And if you want to take that position, I'll never go on CNBC, So you can say what the hell you want, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to talk about what Ackman just said about me, not about Herbalife. And I'll talk about Herbalife when I goddamn want to, not when you ask me.
Okay.
I'm never going on a show with you again, that's for damn sure, okay? So let's start with what I want to say. Ackman is a liar. I get a call from this Ackman guy, and I'm telling you, he's like the crybaby in the schoolyard. I went to a tough school in Queens, and they used to beat up the little Jewish boys, and he was like one of these little Jewish boys crying that the world was taking advantage of him.
But it made investors rich. One of his most famous battles was with TWA. He bought the airline, restructured it, and made huge profits. Wall Street started calling him ruthless though, but investors called him brilliant.
Carl Icahn is back in the news. Icahn is the man who's been changing the face of American business with his threatened or actual takeovers of dozens of companies. Recently, he arranged a blockbuster deal to take over Trans World Airlines. The price is now close to $1 billion.
Icahn became known as an activist investor. Instead of quietly buying stocks, he would demand changes publicly, push for new leadership,
to do what I'll tell you to do. Get rid of all of them tomorrow.
and force companies to return money to shareholders. Major companies he targeted were Apple, Netflix, and eBay. When Icahn bought shares, the market paid attention because change usually followed.
Then in 1979, he had a new idea, takeovers. He told Uncle Elliot he was going to start going after undervalued companies.
I thought he was crazy. I said, well, what do you know about undervalued companies? He says, look, I'm going to do it. I said, Carl, forget it. I think you're taking too many risks. And Carl said, in risk there is reward. And I'm going to do it.
Well, he's told me I was crazy a lot of times in my life, so he's been wrong a lot of times. He told me I was crazy, so I wasn't too dismayed by that.
I was once the rich uncle, now he's the rich nephew.
Rand said that that his people had told him that I had retired as a Raider, and I can only paraphrase Mark Twain and say the news of my retirement is highly exaggerated, as you may find out in this short term.
Here's the Icahn formula. Buy undervalued companies, force improvements, stock prices rises, and then you sell. He wasn't guessing. He was using ownership as leverage. Owning shares gives you power. Power creates influence, and influence creates profit. This is the billionaire corporate version of being a gangster.
Sometimes I feel there is no reason he really should work anymore, but then where is he going to go from here? You know, regular family, the husband works and there's always something, at least financially, to look forward. They're building, I mean, here it's not, how much more if he makes, it's not going to make any difference. The point is that he doesn't need any more money, but it's the game, as he says.
Hey fellas, look what I found in my pocket. Look, a year's salary right here. What I call them? Fun coupons. See that? A fun coupon.
There's two kinds of guys, as they say. There are CEOs that really do think of themselves, that are innovative, that go against the trend.
You know, I didn't know what to do, and I started studying how you pick stocks, and it really hit me how great it was, you know, what you did. I started investing in it, and in '61 the market was hot, and you never really, I learned a lot from that, because you'd never confuse a bull market with brains.
Now, you may not be buying billion-dollar companies, but the mindset still applies. Icahn didn't chase hype. He looked for inefficiencies, opportunities, leverage, and ownership. He didn't wait for permission. He bought influence. Now, this lesson on empire economics is built on wealth isn't just about working harder. It's about understanding how power and ownership work.
Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you very much for letting us have an extra round here. Mr. Clayton, last December, President-elect Trump's transition team announced that Carl Icahn would be serving as special advisor to the president on issues related to regulatory reform.
Carl Icahn didn't build products. He didn't invent technology. He bought stakes in the system, and he learned how to influence it. And this is what this channel is about. Understanding how the wealthy think, move, and build, so you can start applying it to your business and your life today. Make sure you subscribe to Empire Economics.